Hi, this is Evie Lynn March. I'm here with the City to City Music in the Spotlight, brought to you by Galactic Worldwide. I'm in the heart of the Art District in Baltimore, Maryland, on Charles Street here at the Reverb. I am sitting here with Chris Whitmer of Middleburg, Pennsylvania. He is here to tell us a little bit about his music. Can you tell us a little bit about your personal style?
I like to play acoustic music. It's all original singer-songwriter stuff. Mix it up with a little bit of electric guitar, percussion, mandolin, banjo. Just pretty much anything that moves us, I guess. So,
Very nice. Now, how long have you been performing this way?
probably 15 years or so now. I've been playing music for a long time, but didn't actually start taking it seriously till about 15 years ago. And edit that part.
So, would you say, was there someone growing up that had an influence on your music, on your career choice?
We come from a pretty musical family. Like my brothers and sisters all play, and actually just growing up listening to the radio and just originally, just music's always been a major force.
Sure.
For whatever reason, I can't explain it, but it's just been,
kind of happened, huh?
yeah.
Perfect. So, what has your performance experience been like?
Actually, we've played quite a lot of different places. We've played in Buffalo, New York for the Infringement Festival. Play every year in Cape May for the Singer-Songwriter Festival. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the Millennium Music Conference. And do a lot of local coffee shops and some bars, and I used to host open mics, so we did a lot of traveling around doing that too.
Okay. Do you stick mainly to the East Coast, or are you branching out throughout the United States?
Actually, I've played the West Coast too. I've played in Portland, Oregon. That's as far west as I've gone, but mostly East Coast stuff. Was in Chicago a few weeks ago, played out there. Just pretty much anywhere that'll listen.
So now, do you write all of your own lyrics? Do you write all of your own music, or do you do a little bit of a mix of your own originals and covers?
I focus mostly on the original stuff, lyrics and music. But then we do like a select group of covers from, like I'm really into like underground bands. Like I don't really, not into the mainstream stuff at all. So like if I'll do, like there's a band called Marah that, do a couple of their tunes. And then also like some of the newer bands too, like Wilco, Ryan Adams, Ike Riley, a whole, and old time stuff too, like Woody Guthrie and Hank Sr. So we try to mix it up as most as we can. But
It seems like you have a lot of variety, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
And like old Animals stuff, anything that, whatever, I don't know, kind of strikes, at the time. So.
Perfect. Do you have a favorite song, especially original, that you enjoy performing?
A couple of years ago, I wrote a song called Ravens of the Past, and I was inspired by, I was reading Edgar Allan Poe at the time, and just came up with this little riff, and next thing I know, I had these words, and next thing I know, it was a song, and that's probably one of my favorite ones to play live, and that's a good one.
Is there a personal connection you have with that makes it important, or is it just a fun thing for you to do?
Yeah, it's mostly just a fun thing to do, but I just kind of naturally gravitate toward darker stuff. And Edgar Allan Poe's kind of dark, so he's an inspiration. And like Tom Waits, I'm trying to think of somebody else from back then. I'm a big fan of Charles Bukowski.
Okay.
So anything that's
out there.
a little off the beaten path sort of stuff.
Okay, very cool. Now, are you a one-man band, or do you have a team of people that work with you? Do you travel solo? How does your style work?
Well, mostly solo stuff, but I do jam with a couple other guys. Actually, just this past weekend, we did some recording just north of Philly. I actually came from there today, and we spent the weekend recording stuff. And his name is Eli the Hawk, and he's up in Morrisville, Pennsylvania, and he's got a studio down in his basement. And I met him at Millennium Music Conference a couple of years ago, and we just hit it off. He's in the same stuff I'm into. He liked my music, I liked his music. Next thing we knew, I'm hanging out in his basement and we're recording music. So
very nice, very nice. You've touched on some of the people that you found important. Can you tell me, is there a specific artist or band that has influenced you or pushed you sort of into the career beyond what your family has done for you in the past?
Probably originally Uncle Tupelo. If you've ever heard of those guys.
I have not.
They're no longer, but
Yeah.
one of the members formed Wilco, and the other member formed Sunvolt. And so they were kind of inspirational, just because I like their lyrics. I'm a lyric guy anyway, so I try to focus mostly on the words, and they were writing great lyrics and rocking very well, and that was kind of when I first started writing songs. That was kind of who I was trying to emanate.
Very nice, very nice. So, at what moment will you feel that you have found success as a musician, or do you feel that way right now?
I already feel that way.
Okay.
I'm not rich and famous, but I'm having fun. I think I'm writing good songs, I'm playing good music, hanging out with good people, and if it goes further than that, it does, and if it doesn't, then it is what it is. And as long as you just enjoying it and creating music,
Absolutely.
that's what I consider being successful.
That's a good way to look at it. Is if you're pursuing your passion and you're having fun, you never have to go to work a day in your life. So that's a good way to look at it. Now, where can people find more information about you personally? Do you have a website by chance?
I have Reverb Nation, reverbnation.com, Chris Whitmer. I'm on Facebook as Chris Whitmer, and I have an offshoot of that called Bumfit Music. It's a music page, and really that's it. I'm not a huge social media guy. I know it's kind of where I'm lacking, I think, because I don't do the Instagram, and it's a lot of work to keep up with all that stuff. But I keep I keep up on the Reverb Nation page and the Bumfit Music page on Facebook, so that's probably the best way to.
So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, at the City to City Music in the Spotlight, Baltimore. You can find more about Chris Whitmer on our website, galacticworldwide.com. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good job.